Hello friends, and welcome to another episode of Star Wars Galaxies Emulator. And welcome to Jabba's Palace. So today, we're going to start the theme parks. And Jabba's place is pretty big, as you can see from all the NPCs inside. A goodly number of those have some quests for us. And some of them take a little bit of time. It's not hard to do, it's just a little time consuming. So we're going to get rolling. Oh. First thing, let's get this resized. There we go. And I apologize for the delay on the stream. I was having some internet issues. Kept telling me that I didn't have a connection. I don't remember where we start. Did we start with Lobo? I don't think so. Okay, so he's the wrong guy. I think Bruce is the wrong guy. It's one of these two. I think it's Relo. Yep. Some Tuscans. Deal. And you can see the theme park waypoints show up a purple color. So we will head out here. So anyway, last night after the stream, to get the people who only catch the first and last 10 minutes of my longer episodes, I did some more work on slicing. We made it partway into slicing 3, and then I just kind of couldn't do any more. Had to get some sleep. And that's where we left off with that. Today I posted the Lock POI Hunter video. So that should be up by right about now. And that kind of delayed getting this one up. So no problem there. We're a little flexible on time for this. And we did finish. Whoa. Helps if you leave the mouse on the table. We did finish Terraskasai and Pistolier. So Smuggler's all we got left to go. So we're going to leave our bike here. And these guys look pretty darn easy. So we're just going to get them in line and fan shot the crap out of them. And they should go down. And that is that. So now we loot them, see what's on there, because you never know. Couple Tuscan commoners and a leader. So that's done. So now we get to return to Jabba's palace. And you can see it off in the distance. That is the town of Wayfar, and believe me, it is way far from everything else. It's appropriately named. With these player cities not being here, Anchorhead is the closest city to it. When I did this on the live server, there were no player cities. So, kind of had to drive down. That made it kind of awkward. Took a long time. But then again, I guess since we didn't have the player cities, We didn't really expect to be able to take a shuttle down. So you worked with what you had. And you did what you needed to do to get the quest done. And this was pretty much what we had to do. So if we get through this, that is one of our content badges done. And this is one of the longer ones. I think the Imperial and Rebel ones are actually longer, but this one has a lot of running in it. So do the Imperial and the Rebel ones. But this one is pretty cool. We get to see Jabba in the end. Okay, let's see. So somebody asked me a question, asked me what I usually tip for Doctor and Entertainer buffs. Usually for Doctor buffs, I tip between 8,000 and 10,000 credits. For Entertainer buffs, I usually tip between 3 and 5. If it's a full service, they get 5. If it's 1, they get 3. If it's a new entertainer and they look totally broke, I usually give them 30,000. Just because I know how bad it sucks to be an entertainer, because nobody tips you on this server until you're master, so you do tend to be a little broke. As far as strafing, turn on strafing, let me see. Let's go into our options. Under controls, I believe. Under key map. Yep, turn strafes with mouse look enable. I think that's what he's looking for. There we go. I think this is the button he's looking for. I don't use it, so that's why I did not recognize it. I had no idea this said track IR head tracking. I don't have a track IR controller, but okay, good work. I'm impressed. Come back later and I'll find you more work. Oh, and here, take this. So we got 50 credits. We got the pants from somebody else. Oh, it's you. Good thing. I got something you can do for me. There's some thugs that work for Lady Valerian hanging out around the palace. I don't know what they're up to, but Jabba wants them, taken care of. Can I count on you again? Sure. I'll make them an offer they can't refuse. And they were only 1 kilometer away. See, here's the trick. When I did this the first time, speeders were a luxury. So we put our speeders away and we ran this whole thing, and it took a while. So this may go quicker with the player cities and with the speeders and everything. We may get it into one episode, but I'm not sure. I think it took me about 3 hours to do it last time. Maybe a little longer, but it may have been shorter. I have not done this since live, so a little vague on the time frame. What is that? Oh, it's an Eope. I was like, what is that shiny little white thing doing over there? Okay, so these are the jokers that were hanging around causing trouble. Valerian's thugs. And as you can see, they're very light blue to me. Just keep them away from your vehicle, and you should be okay. That's the problem. If they use any kind of area of effect attack, which NPCs tend to do, they will wipe out your speeder. And there's no real player cities anywhere close. Gorath is about 4,000 meters away. So if you've got to go repair a severely damaged speeder, you may not make it to Gorath. Your speeder may blow up before you get there. So your alternative is to store your speeder and run 4,000 meters to Gorath. It's going to take a while. And as there are no player cities nearby, you are kind of out of luck. The Rebel and Imperial theme parks have cities nearer them, so they're a little more convenient. Or at least I think they should. I don't think they're this far removed, but Jabba likes his privacy, so we are way out here. Way out in nowhere. Alright, looks like the lock POI video just finished, so give me 1 sec while I close that window and recover the bandwidth. Since we were having trouble with bandwidth, I'm a little concerned about leaving pages open. So we'll close that one, and hopefully that keeps our stream from dropping. And that was the technical difficulty. If you were seeing the sign, is that the stream kept going to very bad and dropping frames. So, okay, excellent work. I hear people talking about you in the halls now. You're going to move up in this operation. I can feel it. Good to see you again. Jabba as a friend wandering out in the desert, trying to find the palace with a busted datapad and no sense of direction. I need you to go out there, find this guy, bring him back here. Or maybe it's a girl. I can't remember. Can you get him? Or her? Sure. Thanks. You saved my hide. If Jabba's friend doesn't get here, somebody's going to be breakfast for the Sarlacc, and it could easily end up being me. So here's the trick. I do not remember if NPCs have good enough terrain negotiation to follow behind a speeder. But the trick is you need to keep them away from hostiles because they will get attacked. So regardless, you do need to be mindful, and they do need to make it back. So just keep that in mind. And we'll keep an eye out on our route to Jabba's friend, and we'll see if there are any hostile anythings in between here and there. Now, it seems as I recall, I don't know if they've changed or fixed this or what, but it seems as I recall that if you are doing an escort, the escort may or may not take on your faction if you are Rebel or Imperial. So if you are factional, double check that NPC and make sure that they are not having a problem. What is this guy? That guy is a thug. I have a feeling he's going to attack us, which is cool. We'll lead him away from our bike and away from Jabba's friend. And these guys die quick. They're a light blue con, so if you are a master of a combat profession, no worries, mate. I guess not. You are now a corpse. I don't think you have much to worry about. I think we handled that. We handled all your worries. Dwarf Nuna over there. So let's talk to this dude. Finally, you're the one Relo sent to take me back to the palace, right? Well, let's not waste any time chatting. Let's get back there now. And we're only like 1,000 meters away, so he will follow us. But we need to kind of keep him in sight. He's got like kick butt terrain negotiation. I will give him credit for that. But we'll just keep him in view and just bump the speed a little bit as we go. Looking back. Drag him through these as quick as we can. Just got to make sure he doesn't get killed. Attacked and killed. That's the bad thing. When they get attacked and you lose your escort, it becomes a real pain. It's easier just to do it slow and get it done. I thought on live that we just ditched them and ran and just went back and it was cool. But I don't know that that's the case. And I'm not willing to risk it. We'll go around these reds. I don't know what they are, but I'm not willing to risk it. And just keep the little purple arrow in front of us. And of course the tricky thing is now we're looking at it backwards, so all our controls are reversed. And the reason you want to keep him in view is because if you get too far away, he will stop. If he stops and you can see him, you can turn around quick enough so he won't despawn and go away. And we're only like 400 meters away, so it's not too terribly far. But this is... There are a few escort missions like this, and most of them are about 1,000 meter escort. So, not horrible. Honestly, it's not going to pay very much. We're not doing this for profit. I think we're getting more off of the thugs that we kill than we're actually going to get for the escort mission. But you have to do it. So, you have no choice. Another option is to target him. And you can see how far away he is. Just make sure he doesn't get permanently stuck on some rocks or something. And he keeps coming with us. Yep, there he is. He's a Superman. He runs up those hills. Anyway, if you're watching him and you're moving away and you bump the speed a little bit a couple times and you stop and his distance keeps decreasing, he's following you. If his distance stops when you're stopped and he's way far back like that, he's probably not following you anymore. There he comes. And there we go. So we got 25 points of Jabba standing. And a reward has been placed in our inventory. So we got a high caliber pistol barrel, which is used in the construction of pistols. So a weaponsmith would use this. And I think we're done with Relo. Now I have to go see Reese. Are you looking at me? You want a job? Is that it? Okay, look. Jabba is missing a slicer since his last one had a little bit of an accident with the Rancor. Well, Jabba wants this one slicer, Sirad Far, in his pocket. Excuse me, and he knows the best way to do it would be to help take out Sirad's rivals. You want to help out with this? Sure. Let's go get rid of Jabba's new slicer's rivals. I like these, because then you don't have to escort anybody back. You just have to escort their credits back. That's easier. And then after we do Reese's missions, I think he has 3 or 4 of them. Then we get past the first door. And then we get more quests, and more, and more, and more. But it's experience, it's rewards, it's credits, and it is also the badge. So we gotta do it. And honestly, if you are trying to do Jedi and you have not done your theme parks, I would get started on them so that you're not rushing to do them when the patch for Jedi is going in. When Publish 8 went live, I found out about the server going down for Publish 8 2 days before the server went down to put Publish 8 in. I'll admit I was not watching the forums as regularly as I probably should have been, but in all honesty, I was a little surprised when it happened. We'll just put it that way. Okay, now I think, and that's the problem, this guy's attackable. So I don't know if we talk to him. He's a Valerian thug. Okay, so he is, I don't know why he yelled out something about thugs it is or something. Thugs, eh? Saradfar will be sorry. I guess we have to kill this guy. Yep, he's dead too. Which is fine. I mean, I'm okay with that. I just wasn't sure if he was a contact we had to talk to or if he was one of Valerian's thugs, but he was attackable, so if we would have fan shot those guys and he was our guy we were supposed to talk to, we would have killed him. Hey, we got a painting. Look at that. This is a landscape of a view through a valley. That's another thing that's worth it about doing these missions. You can get some pretty cool little artwork and stuff from all the NPCs you kill. You can also get all sorts of containers and other little trinkets and things that are pretty cool. So doing these theme parks helps you get all sorts of neat little things. While that's going on, I need to close this other window, and that should keep the stream speed up. There we go. Yeah, we haven't dropped down to bad again, so that's good. It shouldn't buffer for you guys. I'm not really sure what the heck was happening. Alright, in we go. And now we got to talk to Reese again. Huh, you actually did it. I'll let Bib know you're tougher than you look. And maybe I'll give you another job in the future, Wart. Hey, Wart, I got another job for you. Bib just got word of some vessel that crashed out in the dunes nearby the palace. Jabba says he wants a transponder from that craft. You want to run out there and grab it for him? Sure, I'll do it. From what Bib said, it shouldn't be too far off from here. If anyone else got to it before you do, let them know that Jabba owns all the space debris on this planet. If they don't give it up on their own terms, take it from them. If you know what I mean. Yeah. And again, about 1,200 meters away from Jabba's palace. Actually, I'm very glad I'm doing this as a live stream because cutting this video would be really, really hard. That would be a lot of editing. Even the POI videos, some of the POI videos actually consolidate out into about 18 individual video segments that have to be independently edited and fitted back together. So, there's a lot of work to some of those. So doing this as a live stream is way cooler to me because, I mean, I know the travel time's a little bit annoying, but you guys get to get a real sense of what this theme park takes, and it saves me a lot of time from editing out all these travel scenes. So, that way we can get more done. Because if I had to sit here and edit out 18 travel scenes, or 18 clips of content, this one's probably going to be more than 18. But if I had to edit out every one of these travel scenes, it would get... it'd probably take about 4 hours to render the video back together. So, my advice to anybody doing this mission based on how our speeder is degrading is to bring 2. Oh man, Jawas. They didn't do nothing. Poor little guys. They weren't. They were just trying to do their job. I think we need our light. That might be helpful. Alright, so now we have to find this. I guess we, looted it off the Jawa. He had it. So it was a must kill the Jawa scenario. There was no negotiation. He had to go. Getting anything else cool off of these guys? Transponder. Doesn't look like it. And we're doing this as Pistolier, mostly because sometimes it's just annoying or inconvenient to spin attack some of these guys as TKM. Not hard, but getting close to them and not hitting our people we're supposed to protect can make things a little difficult, a little dicey sometimes. So we're just going to do this as pistols so we can shoot what we want to shoot and be a little bit more surgical in our strikes. Getting a lot of rubber banding tonight. There's Jabba's shuttle. I wish we could take that. That'd be super handy. It'd be really nice if, when you finished it, Jabba's like, yeah, use my shuttle. It's out back. If you ever want to come back. But it doesn't work that way. That is Jabba's shuttle, and you don't get to use it. And the only problem with this theme park really is, as you can see when I go in here with the overhead on, this is our internal area, and we're going to do a number of quests that are even all the way down here. So we're going to have to run through and around in circles and all kinds of fun stuff like that, which is going to mean our bike is going to decay quite a bit. So good work, Wart. Jabba is going to be real happy to see that transponder wasn't damaged in the crash. I don't know what he wants with it, but he'll be really happy, I'm sure. Oh, and by the way, we decided you needed a reward. I'm guessing it was credits. 350 credits. Good news, Wart. Jabba says that transporter is exactly what he was looking for. Now Jabba is going to see if this Saradfar guy is worth all the effort. Take the transponder to Saradfar so you can slice into the codes of this thing, okay? Sounds easy enough. But, you know, hey, I could do this for you. I mean, you know, it's kind of insulting a smuggler having to go to another smuggler for slicing. It's kind of like, just give it to me. I'll take care of it. We don't have to go see this other guy. It's so much easier. But then again, I'd be end up working for Jabba, and that's a full-time job and a contract you don't want to be in. So, he may pay well, I guess. So, on the live server, if I remember correctly, you had a Jedi trainer who was an NPC that you had to find. And if I remember correctly, my Jedi trainer was in Wayfar. So, it's been a long time though, so I am not entirely 100% sure that is what happened, but I seem to remember coming here a lot. Let's see. He's got his own thugs. Well, that's not very nice. We called him Reezy Easy. That transponder should be just fine for Jabba's purposes. That's why other dudes attack me? Hey David, how's it going? Welcome back to Star Wars Galaxies in all of its glory. Someday I'll finish setting up my private server for this, and we can do some secret areas of Star Wars Galaxies. It's a lot easier to get to some of those when you're an admin and you just teleport. Yep, grinding. I think that's what everybody's doing today. We're doing Jabba's theme park. Knock that one out of the list and get us one step closer to Jedi-dom, or potential Jedi-ish. Jedi-itis? I don't know. We're going to be infected with midi-chlorians like crazy here. You know what? Word's been going around that Jabba and Bib are real happy over this Sarad Fowl deal. Just don't go thinking that you can't have my job. Wart or no wart, I'll still smash your face if you play games with me, but we're done. You've done good. So next time we're in the cantina, I'll buy you a round of Bantha Blasters. Alright, so there is a Bomar monk, in case you've never seen one. And they are the guys who actually own this palace. And they give Jabba permission to use it. Either that or he took it over. So, I don't know which is the case. I don't think anybody really does. So now we're up here. And this is the staging area. So there's Gatog and Ortog and Ifant Mon. You want a job, eh? You want to serve Jabba. Valerian thugs are making loud threats about hurting some of Jabba's customers. They need to learn to be quiet. Go silence them good. You understand? You betcha. Once you shut them up, return here and let me know. And until we get through, like, one of the quest lines for those guys, the rest of the area is locked off to us. So just like we couldn't get through that door, there are more doors that we can't get through. Mordor. You can't just walk into Mordor. You know. Alright, let's turn our overhead back on, because we shut it off to go inside, so you guys could see the monk a little clearer. And I don't remember my Legends lore enough to go into what they are exactly. But if I vaguely remember, they transcended body and moved into a robotic body to practice whatever it is they practice. They're mentioned quite a bit in the Tales from Jabba Palace EU book. But it's been a long time since I've read that book. At least 5-6 years, so. And I gotta admit, it's kind of hard to keep all of the EU lore in your head, and then Disney goes and ditches it all. Which, you know, it's their right to do, so by all means, they're perfectly able to do that. But it is one of those things where you're thinking, what's actually worth remembering? More credits. Paint dispersal unit. Maybe we can do some graffiti. And see, we've already made 3,000 credits from this. Paint dispersal unit. And I think that is just junk. No, it is actually used for creation of one of the paintings. So we'll hang on to it. So I think we have the rest, there's some of the parts to make the painting. Now we gotta go 1,000 meters back. Most of these missions are between 1 and 1.3 kilometers. So not horribly hard, and not terribly far. I'd actually intended to do NIMS before I did this today, but we got tied up with something else and did not get a chance to do that. I had to reboot a bunch of stuff today when I got home, so that didn't happen. So instead, I uploaded the Locke POI Hunter video. So you guys can check that out later. Or if you haven't already checked it out. And we did all of the POIs, I think, in a way that would require no or little combat. So technically you could almost do them as a novice artisan and still be fine. And the tricky part is remembering where you go. Okay, and there is Ifont Mon. You took care of our little problem. Jabba's clients will be glad to hear it. Good job. Perhaps you'll come back to me for the future assignments. We have no choice. You back? Good. Jabba wants revenge against Valerian. You're gonna go find and punish one of her couriers. You want to do this small favor for Jabba? You betcha I do. Good, that courier is carrying a special package. Bring the package back to me and make sure the courier is dead. We're sending a loud message to Valerian. She better learn to keep her snout out of Jabba's business or else it's gonna get chopped off. We did not do the Valerian missions because they actually have no benefit to anything. And there is a point where sometimes you can get bug locked into not being able to finish it, so I figured we'll just skip it because it benefits nothing. There's only credit rewards for it as far as I know in this rendition. And there's far easier ways to get credits. If you want to do it, though, you need to do it before you do Jabba's because we're already racking up negative Valerian faction, and it's kind of hard to do the missions when you're tanked in Valerian faction. Not impossible, it's just difficult. But at one point in that quest line, they can tell you to come back when you're more powerful, and you are never deemed powerful enough. So, just an observation. Target the courier. Fan shot everybody else. Well, the courier is more durable than the guards. That hardly seems like a good way to do security. The guards are weaker than the thing they're protecting. I think you have a problem. Looks like we got a thing. What did we get? Ledger. That's it? I thought it said we got something else. Whatever. We'll sort through our inventory when we're done and see what popped in there over the course of doing the mission. And most of it we'll probably put up for sale for dirt cheap to help out noobs and stuff, because that's what happened with a lot of this stuff. I mean, put a lot of things up for 100 credits. Just helping out some of the noobs and people who want decorations and things with the stuff we're not going to use anyway. We got a lot of those for raiding the rogue Corsac base and having difficulty finding the POI waypoint. So we ended up killing all the rogue Corsacs maybe 7 or 8 times. I didn't have to loot them, but I'm not going to let this stuff just disappear, so. There we are. Like I said, if you're going to do this and you have a swoop, bring a spare swoop. You may need it. Because your swoop may go all the way down in quality and then you are out of luck. You could probably make a fortune selling swoops out here. Ah, you got the ledger. Good. Jabba spies say that Valerian is foaming after losing it. Take this reward for your help. You got 550 credits. We have a problem with the stolen ledger. Bib Fortuna can't make snout nor stump of the ledger's code. But Jabba has a code slicer in his pocket. Jabba wants you to take the ledger to Sarad Far. And you going to take this assignment? Good choice. Take the ledger to Sarad Far, and who is waiting for you. I hear Sarad wants to thank you personally for helping with some of his former associates. Leave the ledger with him, then come back to the palace. I feel like we're getting set up. As a smuggler, I think that's what I would do. I would set myself up. And again, about 1,000 meters away. And there we go. Here comes somebody else doing it. Don't know who to hear. I recognize that name from somewhere. Probably stumbled across that person in our travels a couple times. If their name seems familiar to me. And we just roll out across the desert. And here we almost are. 200 meters. And now he's going to thank us in his own special way. Well, it looks like he's alone. Allow no harm to come to our friend. That's the ledger? That was a snap. Alright, I don't know how any harm's gonna come to him. He doesn't look harmed and doesn't look like anybody's trying to harm him. So he is not harmed. Now we're coming back. See, most of this game is kill and destroy missions that you see. There's exploration missions, there's other missions like this, like that. The theme parks are the epitome of fetch quests and whatnot quests of Star Wars. Where the other ones are really, really good about being specific. And I don't even know if it's a kill 5 quest, because, you know, kill 5 mice and come back. It destroy a nest with whatever comes out of it. And that's a little slightly different. Similar, but slightly different. These are the fetch quests of Star Wars. And the sad part is that by the time you can do these, you're not exactly a noob. So you're doing fetch quests at like mid-level. Here we go. Let's go see Ifan Mon again. Jabba has heard your name. Keep showing your loyalty. I'm sure you'll be invited to join his court. Maybe you can find more to do to keep on his good side. Try Porcellus. He may have some work. Now this is where I cannot remember. Cannot go in there yet. I think he is down and to the right. This is up. I don't think we want to go up. Nope. Up is next, I think. So, there's an outlaw. We could shoot him. Can't go in there. So, guess we go down here. Can't go in there. And Porcellus is the cook. Which is great, because now we get to fight the meat beast. Yes, yes, you might be just the person I'm looking for. I'm Porcellus, cook extraordinaire, chef to senators and royals alike. And now, slave to Jabba. Jabba has requested a meat more exotic than his usual fare, and I have just the idea. Would you gather some special meat for me? Sure, I'll do it. I am quite overjoyed to hear that. To hear you can help. Prefect Talmont's mansion. Oh, wait. Prefect Talmont has paid a lot of credits to have a Kadu transported here to Tatooine. After it's unloaded and is being escorted to Prefect Talmont's mansion, all you need to do is intercept Talmont's toadies, kill the beastie, and bring it back to me. Bring me back a good slice from its haunches. I'll wait. No, that is not the right way. I was reading and not paying attention to where we were running. And all of these areas open up as we do quests, but here's the problem, and this is why your speeder is going to take so much damage, is you're going to run through further and further in, deeper and deeper, and then you have to run back out. So if we have to do 3 quests for this guy, we've got to run all that way 3 times, and then the next one I think is in the basement, in the motor pool, and we've got to run down there. So, as you can see, we're already taking some damage. Now, Porcellus is where a lot of people's quests have bugged in the past that use melee weapons. I think they fixed this. But the problem is that one of the creatures gets killed by the guards before you can get there. So even though it's dead, you do not have permission to loot it because you did not kill it. That is supposed to have been fixed. We will see. Now we got guards. We got mercenaries. So let's waste the mercenary. Waste the mercenary. And all we can do is attack the Kadu. And we got petrified avian egg. How we got a petrified avian egg from a live creature, I have no idea. No idea at all. I don't see how this thing can be alive and kicking and lay petrified eggs. But hey, it's space. That's what the egg looks like. Basically a crystal. Did we get another portrait? Yes, we did. Look at that. Female Twi'lek. It's one of my favorite posters, by the way. Now, if we can only get Ula to sign it, that'd be something. Get it autographed. Autographed Twi'lek poster by Jabba's dancer. And now the real trick. I used to know this place fairly well, and now not so much. When you don't go to some place for a decade, it's not surprising your GPS gets a little off kilter. Fortunately, they block off areas you can't go into, so that makes it a little bit easier, but still not perfect. Darn it. No. I should be watching the map. It tells me exactly where I need to go, and I decided not to follow it. There he is. Cattle meat exudes such a wonderful aroma, wouldn't you say? Shouldn't that be a question? Now all this needs is a little spice coating, some oil. Yes, oil would be good. More spices, yes, and a little, yes, EOP cheese. And voila, Cadu crunchies. I'll let you know if Jabba enjoyed his exotic meal. Thank you. Here, take this as a reward. And we got 650 credits. Since Jabba loved his Cadu crunchies, he now wants to feast upon a rare beastie here on Tatooine. He sent scouts to find that oh-so-elusive meat beast. Word has come back from one of the scouts. One of the scouts spotted the meat beast, but it's being studied by some official-looking veterinarian, whatever that is. Take down that vet and see if he has the location of the creature. No problem. Good. Now, from what the scout said, the vet shouldn't be too far. Then again, that's information from one of Bib Fortuna's men, so, remember, you don't need to bring back the veterinarian's body, just bring his datapad. If the guy was smart, he probably recorded where he spotted the meat beast. And if he wasn't, oh well. Oh, we did it again. It's going to be a common theme this episode. Maybe we should just title this episode, Oops, I Did It Again. Because that's pretty much what it's going to be. Us going the wrong direction in Jabba's palace. Fortunately, once we're done with this, the other ones are far less confusing than this one. The only one that's a little bit confusing is the Imperial theme park, mostly because of having to go through different buildings and I think it's either upstairs or downstairs in the end. I'm not really sure which. I haven't done that one in almost as long as I have not done this one. But I do know it is fairly significant amount of distance that you have to go through the Imperial one. The Rebel one, not so much. It's a fairly round building, so it keeps you pretty contained. A little easier. And yeah, we are doing it on hard mode by doing Imperial and Rebel. But I want you guys to see both, so you can choose which one you find easier. Because technically, it's easier to do NIMS and Jabba's and your faction and the Warren than it is, well, Alcahara, than it necessarily is to do the way we're doing it. But we're going to do the Warren too, so not going to be horrible. We'll see them all. Okie dokie, calm down. It's alright. We got some credits. Got a data pad. And some credits. Getting lots of credits. Some walking around money. Up to 6K already. Gotta be careful. Most of the creatures out here are not terribly high level. But some of them sometimes can be. So you gotta be careful you're not gonna run over a bunch of dune lizards or something that's gonna knock you off your bike and wipe out your mind. I don't ever remember seeing any Tuskens spawn out here other than the ones for the mission. I may or may not, but I don't remember seeing any. Those are more of the higher end things on Tatooine. But you do need to be mindful. If it's red and you're really low level, then you're probably dead. So who wants to bet we get it wrong this time? No? Any takers? Roughneck, Jawas. Well, whoever bid we were going to get it wrong would have won. You brought the data pad back. Did you see any signs of the meat beast anywhere when you were out there? Nah, I guess that's way too much to expect. Well, either way, I'll have Bib decode this pad to see if the veterinarian left any information on where its lair is. Thank you, friend. As a gift, I'm giving you this out of my own pocket. 750 credits. What exciting news! They had actually tracked down the meat beast to its lair. Aren't you brimming with excitement? All you need to do now is go track down the meat beast at these coordinates, kill it, and bring back its fabled meat. Does that sound good to you? Sure. Can't wait to see what it is. Ooh, excellent. 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 Go track down that beastie and bring me back a good chunk from its haunches or ribs or whatever. Now, what shall I make? A pâté, perhaps? No, too gauche for his taste. Ah, a fine meat beast pudding. Yes. Were you still here? Go! Give me that meat beast, friend. Guess he got all caught up in his cooking. I wish I could say this is all coming back to me now, but I'll be honest with you, it's not. But you don't need to wait for the doors to open. Just so, you know, they're a little slow, but you don't have to wait on them. So I know some people have asked me that on live, and when we were doing it, they would actually wait by the doors for them to open. Just slows you down. How fitting. We're going to go kill the fabled meat beast in a sandstorm, so we won't be able to see it until we're right up on it. I wonder what it is. What could it be? This magical creature that they're going to turn into a pudding that they named the meat beast. Swing around the reds. Oh, there he is. There's the waypoint for the meat beast. Well, that's kind of disappointing. I got a chicken leg. There's another meat beast. Let's go inspect it closer, because I think this meat beast is just masquerading as a dewback. It has camouflage. What a deadly creature it was. Alright, let's take our chicken leg. Which, yes, it actually gave us a chicken leg. Chicken. Be aware. If you click on it, you can eat it. Do not eat it. Do not double click on it. You will eat it. And then you will have to restart the quest. Just a word of warning. Do not eat the chicken leg. I don't care how hungry you are. Because let's put it this way. Have you seen Jabba? Do you want to get between Jabba and his chicken leg? I don't. However, I will point out that with most every one of these quests, if there is an item that you're picking up that you want, after you pick up the item, drop the quest. The item does not disappear. Now you need to store the item in a droid or in a backpack, preferably in a droid. And then store the droid, but you can get as many of them as you want. So if we wanted to decorate our house with chicken legs, we would just keep... That guy wants to pay us for our chicken leg. No, sir. I don't have time to go get another chicken leg. But if we did want to keep them, we could drop the quest right now, and we would have a chicken leg. And then we go get the quest again, and we could get another chicken leg if we hid the one we have. Alright, here we go. Oh, how wonderful. Good, good. The meat is still in wonderful condition. I will be known galaxy-wide for my meat beast pudding. And then, Maybe my fellow chefs might mount a rescue team to save me from wasting my talents on this horrible slug. Thank you once again, friend. Here, you can have this for all your help. And we got a crafter's schematic for a crafter's apron. So basically, if you have a tailor with Fieldware 3, you can learn this schematic. Hey, Mike. And then you, well, okay. You have to have Fieldware 3. This is where it gets weird. You have to have Fieldware 3 to build it. But you have to be a master tailor to make it. That makes no sense to me. The required skill should be master tailor. Anyway, you can make a crafter's apron. We will make one at some point. But I think you can only make 3 off the schematic when you learn it. So it's not a permanent thing. You're not learning it. Like in World of Warcraft, when you find a schematic for something and you learn it, you can make as many as you want. These are limited by quantity, and then the schematic disappears from your data pad. And I think it's 3. So why don't you head down to the garage and see what Barada is up to? I hear he's cooking something up. Aren't you supposed to be the one cooking something up? Mm-hmm. 90-something meters. I do not really remember how to get to the garage. But I think we're going the wrong way. Yeah, we definitely are going the wrong way. But here's where the droids get tortured. There's a 3PO particle droid, and a bug droid, and an R2 unit, and that guy should look familiar. Gawk droid. Ellie repair droid. Anyway, this should look familiar. Alright, so we need to go down. Thought it was this way. This looks familiar. Maybe it's over here. No, I don't think it is. Like I said, I wish I could say this is coming back to me, but it isn't. Maybe it's down here. Nope, still can't get into that door. I can see in there now. We can't go past the red shield. Technically we can, but we're not going to do that because it's an exploit. Oh right, I think it's down here. Yeah, because it looks like he's getting closer. I think he's all the way down. Oh, there's Rancor. That guy should look familiar. Poor guy. Raised that Rancor from a baby. Then Luke came along and just killed it. Ah, here we are. Okay. This is the garage. I seem to remember Barada's being fairly easy. Hey, you! I hear you've been doing favors for Jabba's cronies. Maybe you can help me, huh? I got a plan to earn my freedom from Jabba, but first I need to grab a special code cylinder from one of the Valerian's thugs. You think you can give me that cylinder? Sure, I already killed a bunch of them. Good, good. Here's where you can find the roughneck. Once you settle your business, bring me the code cylinder. Meanwhile, I gotta get back to working on Jabba's collection of repulsor lifts. Or he might decide he doesn't need me anymore, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah, man, I know what you're saying. Yeah, I did that, Mobius. I just was confused. So we went down and visited the Rancor instead. It has been ages since I've been here. Dog. There's a name I have not seen in a very long time. Alright, now we'll go kill that guy and this should be pretty easy. And we're getting further along. Maybe we will get this done in one episode. That would be really nice, because I'm pretty sure we're not getting the Imperial and the Rebel ones done in one episode. Alright, and there we go. A weak mercenary. Yeah, about halfway done. So, we'll probably get it done in the couple hours. You got something to say? Well, you're weaker than the weak one. Excuse me. At least we got a couple paintings. Something to decorate the house with. Speaking of which, we probably got to stop by and pay rent one of these days. So we can drop those off. I don't know though. I think we had like 100 days left or something. Better be safe than sorry though, because the character that owns the house doesn't get played very often. So all right. Front door. And if you have not watched the Star Wars episodes of Dog the Bounty Hunter, you definitely need to. It's well worth your time. Okay, 13 and 27. Yeah, that's not bad. It's not like they're slowing us down that much. Gets more interesting when you get into the throne room, though. Lots of people to talk to. Good work getting that cylinder. I knew you were looking for trouble. Let me make sure this thing isn't wired, and then we'll talk about the next part of my plan. And here I had these laying around. I figured you earned a little bonus. 850 credits. This is the cylinder I wanted, but I can't crack the code. I need someone to take the cylinder to a scientist I know. He can decode it. Want the job? Yes. Good. Take the cylinder to my friend. Check back with me after you delivered it. No smoke. No smoke is good in your house. And what's a thing, Mobius? Next time you stream, I'm going to get all the guys together, and we're going to join your channel as Mobius 2, Mobius 3, Mobius 4. I thought you did some stuff with him. Didn't you do some featurettes of Dog in the Star Wars Galaxies universe? Heck, at one point everybody had a Star Wars episode, didn't they? Muppets, everybody did. Is this guy gonna be in trouble too? No. No. That's the code Barada's looking for. Let me know what happens. Yeah, I don't think I'm coming back out here to let you know what happened. But thanks. I'm gonna take this and run. It is an impressive building, though. I mean, I really wish, although it would probably be a real pain in the butt, we could go all the way to the top and look out over the desert, but that's not really a thing, so. Because it looks like there's windows of some sort up on top. Little observation deck. Return to Jabba's palace. Still haven't seen his son. He may have been sent back to Nal Hutta in this time frame. So this was a very dangerous time for Jabba. Jawa. My friend contacted me. The cylinder is clean and copies have been made. I'm thinking you can be trusted to handle the next phase of my plan. Oh, and one of the Gamorreans stumbled across this. He wouldn't say where he got it, but I suspect there's a visitor missing. Heh, I'll give it to you. 950 credits. Where have I been buying my buff packs? I get them either in Tombstone or South Isley Mall. Usually South Isley Mall. Good work. The cylinder had a self-destruct code for one of Lady Valerian's storehouses. I'll give you the coordinates to the warehouse, but you'll need to punch in the code, then run. I'll see it to the end. Go to Lady Valerian's warehouse. Good, you're earning my trust. When you're done, come back here and tell me all about the blast, and don't forget to run. Go to Lady Valerian's warehouse, get past the guards however you can. Use the self-destruct terminal to destroy the warehouse. Return to Barada. Hey, at least I remember where Barada was once we found him. Yeah, our swoop has seen better days. We're probably going to be below 50% by the time we're done with this. You're welcome. So, like I said, and I'll reiterate it again, it might not be a bad idea to have a couple of swoops in your data pad before you come out here. Because you still have to get back. So if you run your swoop down, you still got a 4K run to get back to the city. And that'll take you a little while. Of course, you can do other stuff while you run if you're, creative, but... Alright, and we got some guards, and... we're supposed to get by them however we can. So that means shooting them. Pretty much. Guards have been gotten by. I don't got time for that. Hey, we found a blank canvas. We're going to do that whole crafted picture doing this one thing. Is that it? That's it. Oops. Alright, set self-destruct for 30 seconds. There we go. Big bada boom. And that's one of my favorite parts of this mission. We get to blow stuff up. And away we go. I think he's done after this. And then we get to move on to the next guy. I do like how the palace opens up little by little for you. Good work. Tell me everything. Was it loud? How hot was it? Was the explosion a ball of flame or a column of fire? I wish I could have been there. Anyway, Jabba thinks my plan was a good one. He promised me my freedom, but I still got a debt to work off. Oh. But I do have this for you. We got a battle axe. That'll go on the wall. And now we gotta go see Bib Fortuna. We don't have to see Bib Fortuna. We have to go see Bib Fortuna. I don't think they have tuna on this planet. But here we are in the throne room. Hey, will you sign our poster? You sign our poster? Thanks. His Excellency has requested your assistance, and I know you'll be happy to please Jabba. I don't like the sound of that. An associate of His Excellency is expected here soon, but we don't want him leading any unwanted miscreants into the palace. Find Romo Vax and bring him here safely, and you will fulfill Jabba's wishes. I will bring him. Jabba will be pleased to hear that you have so graciously offered your time, but if Romo Vax is harmed in any way, Jabba will not be pleased. And take care that no one follows you back to the palace. I'm sure Romo has a great many enemies. Nobody follows us back to the palace. It's the biggest building on the entire planet. It would not be hard to follow us back here. Heck, they probably could see it from miles around. And where am I going? 800 meters. They can't see this huge building in 800 meters, then, well, shoot. Well, 900, I guess. But seriously. I bet when we get there, we can still see it. Oh, now you can miss this place. I think they're misguided if they think that it's a challenge to locate Jabba's hidden fortress. Because it's not really hidden very well. He could do better. He really could. You know, maybe underground. I don't know. Alright. I think this is the one where you get attacked on the way. I don't remember off really specifics. So we're just going to go the same as we did last time. Alright, see, if they can't find that from here, these guys have issues. I mean, look at that. There's no palace around here. This guy needs a little more terrain negotiation. The old dude we did before was quicker. Come on, man. I know you're no track star, but... basically what I'm trying to do here is keep his dot in my 64 meter map. I don't know if you have to, but I don't feel like running all the way back in there if it doesn't complete for whatever reason, because we got too far away from him. I still seem to remember on live when we did this, we just picked him up and went and didn't slow down or anything. You would think Jabba would be sending out some kind of transport for these friends. Horse-drawn carriage or Yopi-drawn carriage or something. Hey, I'd give the Yopi something to do. Other than the fact of where the Dewback was the meat beast, the Yopi would be the sexy beast. Go back to the throne room. You still with me? Yep, you are. Excellent. Jabba will be pleased to learn that his associate has arrived, unharmed. You have performed your duty well, which will be reported to His Excellency. I will inform him now. You fool! Romo was being pursued by a bounty hunter and you led the mercenaries here. Really? You don't think the big towering fortress was what led him here? My informants tell me that the bounty hunter is nearing the palace even as we speak. You have but one chance to save yourself from Jabba's rancor. Kill the bounty hunter before he reaches Romo Vax. It will be in your best interest to make certain that the bounty hunter is dealt with before he can reach the palace. I will distract Jabba long enough for you to clean up your mess. Let me know when you have attended to the matter. I mean, seriously. This place is not a secret. I'm pretty sure it's galaxy-wide known where Jabba hangs out. What the heck? I just rubber banded. I lost track of where we were going. Okay. Alrighty. Let's go kill this bounty hunter. And I don't think I should be blamed for this because the bounty hunter is in a completely opposite direction than where we were. So it's got nothing to do with us. We're being framed. That's what it is. Looks like it's a few bounty hunters. Alright, well, whatever. Bounty hunter handled. And his little friends, too. A thug. Is that like a proper name? A thug. Maybe Alan Thug, Adam Thug. Alexander Thug. And back we go. The Star Wars Galaxies equivalent of a kill 5 mission. And we only get to kill 3. Guys, taking a break. I bet it sucks when that guy gets cold. The bounty hunter was eliminated. Good. do not wish to become Jabba's dinner entertainment, you will learn from your carelessness. His Excellency does not enjoy hearing bad news. If I am caused distress such as this again, I will blast you myself. But we may still gain from this. Let me devise a new scheme. Return to me later. Also, Efontmon wanted you to have this. 150 credits? Okay. Jabba and Vax have been engaged in conversation for a while now. Since I am his major domo, I must run Jabba's operation for him while he is unavailable. You will need to get in touch with one of my contacts and bring me a schematic he claims will make my job much easier. You wish to do this for me on Jabba, correct? Yep, I'll do it. If what my contact says is true, then yes, the payoff will be well worth it. Now go track him down, for he is in hiding after getting a hold of this plan. You'll find him nearby. So you should depart as soon as possible. I know you'll bring this back, safe and sound. He's in hiding, but he's nearby. Don't worry. Just like everybody else, he is in hiding nearby. We're going that way. So, I guess this is a decent theme park to earn some money. Not great money, but some. I've gotten like 10k credits already. So it kind of paid for the buffs, the entertainer buffs, and the ride out here. And since we got to do it anyway, it's good that it didn't cost us more to do it than we got for doing it. And fortunately, I hope we don't have to bring this guy back too. He's done a great job hiding out here in the open. That's that. You can head back now. Locked briefcase. We don't even get to see what the schematic is. What a rip. First rule. Never look in the package. Second rule. No names. Transporter 4, Star Wars Galaxies. Hey, thanks for the credits, man. Alright. Now, let me look at this schematic. Yes, I see. What? No, this is nothing as he said. Blasted, this will never work. Wonderful. Another of my day's annoyances. Very well. You've done what was agreed, therefore you shall be compensated. I will speak with you later. What? Your reward? Take this. 1,250 credits. My now former contact has paid for a faulty product. Since he was unable to produce what he promised, he will not be paid for his failure. He has been allowed to run a small-time slaving operation here on Tatooine, but his charter will now be revoked. Go out there and remove him and his band from Tatooine permanently. Very good. You will find them out in the desert. Of course. Quite unaware that their real payment will be coming. This will serve doubly to let everyone know that all slaves on Tatooine are property of Jabba, and no one else. Return here to let me know when it is done. Alrighty. And we got another 800-meter ride. So our mind buffs are probably going to give out in a few minutes, but you know what? We really... 25 seconds. Really hasn't posed much of a challenge, so I don't think we're going to worry about it. We will just drink some brandy. That fixes everything. Probably want to do that now. There's one. Put that up on the bar. 2. And that's pretty close to where we were. Hey, for not expecting it, they're pretty aggressively chasing us. Of course, they were also kind of easy. I always thought I'd have more time in this world. Don't we all? Well, that's done. Like I said, our speeder is wearing down, so if you're not at 100%, you're gonna be wherever on the bar. So if you were like here, you would be down here already. And we're not done yet, so just keep that in mind. And we still have to get back to a city with a shuttle port, so I keep stressing that because not only do we need the shuttle to run the rest of the missions, or the swoop to run the rest of the missions, we need the swoop to get back to a city. I think we're going to be fine, but you know, if something happens, it is a long walk. I just don't feel I can stress that enough. If you're going to come all the way out here, you should be prepared to get it back. Alrighty. Bibbo, no one survived, correct? Good. I will now inform Jabba that the band of slavers that were trying to move into his territory have been dealt with. Jabba will be most pleased to hear this. I shall also let him know that you were personally the one who took care of the problem. You are welcome as well to take this. Oh, you are welcome as well to take this. Good work. 150 credits. And we got a reward in our inventory. We got schematic for exquisite dancer's leotard, which says it requires field wear 3, but you must be a master tailor to understand. See, that's crap. Go speak to G5PO. He's got something for you to do. The illustrious Jabba the Hutt bids you welcome to his court. He wishes you to perform a favor of great importance. Lady Valerian has mistreated one of her accountants, one who understands the greatness of Jabba's power. You are instructed to locate Scrib Laris and bring him to Jabba's court so that he may offer Jabba his information. Okay, I will do it. As usual, he's not to be harmed. Jabba will be most pleased. As usual, Jabba can't send his sail barge out to pick him up, so it's up to you. Meters this way. And he's an accountant, so he can't be too physically fit. I don't know too many accountants that are. I'm sure there's exceptions, I just don't know any. They're not known for being the biggest gym rats. Stereotypically. So, he's probably got terrible terrain negotiation. And he's in the worst part of the mountains. Good place for him. Ooh, he's got company too. Give me your stun baton. I'm done for. I think you were already dead when you said that, so give me your scrib. Okay, take me back to the palace. It's right there. How do you people have so much trouble finding this place? Oh, Lord. That's weird. He's not showing up on our map. No, he should. Yep, we just hadn't targeted him. Forgot we were still targeting our speeder. Come on, dude. I will loan you a speeder. Shortest distance between 2 points is to shoot the guy and carry him back. Oh yeah, we're not supposed to let anything happen to him. Rats. See what happens when we get to 100. He's still coming. So he can take being 100 meters away from us. You know, I don't mean to criticize your fashion sense, but I'm not really sure you needed a jacket out here. Just a thought. Alrighty. Come on, you graphical glitching guy. Let's get you to Jabba. Jabba wishes to tell you that he is pleased with your escort service. Oh, don't put that thought in my head. Jabba will speak with the accountant, but currently eating his 7th meal of the day is more pressing. For now, Jabba wishes to extend to you his personal appreciation for an errand well done. As a token, he bequeaths you this reward. 1,350 credits. While you were out, Jabba the Hutt, Prince of Tatooine, has learned that Lady Valerian did not wish to execute Scrib Laris. Instead, she wished to interrogate him, engaging the services of the most skilled interrogator. Jabba wishes you to extinguish the life of this interrogator to repay Lady Valerian for her past transgressions. Lady Valerian's torturer will be waiting for Scrib Laris. You will meet with him instead, and deal with the man using your special talents. Does that have anything to do with my escort services? Jabba will want a full report on how many times the torturer screamed before he died. 1? Because I don't want to waste that much time. You know, torturing the torturer would almost be like a union thing. That's not mine. I'm trying to play Grand Theft Auto here. Steal somebody's swoop. Here we go. Well, the torturer did not come alone. What do you know? He brought 3 of his friends. But he's probably the tough one, so we will target him, and that's pretty much that. That was easy. Some credits. Some more credits. Some more credits. Some more credits. I think he screamed once. We'll go with that. Thank goodness we don't have to escort Jabba anywhere. That'd take all day. And up the stairs, across the hallway, down the stairs, in here. Done. The Grand Jabba the Hutt expresses his appreciation. He is most overjoyed to hear the man died in a terrible fashion. Jabba the Hutt says you show great promise, and he may have use for your services in the future. He also bequeaths you this reward, 1,450 credits. Jabba explains that his associate, Removox, has uncovered yet another traitor within Jabba's court. His Highness has been told that this traitor has sent a message to Lady Valerian via the services of a courier. Jabba the Hutt demands that you find the messenger and recover that missive. Wouldn't it be ironic if we were the courier that carried the mission? Anyway, now we have to go kill the strike team. And the strike team is, surprise, 1,000 meters away. And we can see their light right over there. And now we can see them. A strike team of 3 people. Who's the tough guy? There's the courier, there's the thug. I'm guessing the courier is the tough guy. So, see ya. Yep, that was that. And we got a ledger, so somebody took the ledger. I think that was the ledger we went to go get. Maybe. Fencer or TKM first? I would do TKM. What are you? Privateer pirate. Some pretty sporty armor you got there, buddy. The reason being is because you have more of an opportunity to gain actual defense as TKM, and Fencer gains more dodge. But you can do more as TKM than you can do as Fencer, so you can get a whole boatload of combat experience to raise up one of your Fencer trees first. But in all honesty, they both go up about the same speed. Fencer does much less damage though, but they take less damage. And Fencer weapons are harder to find in good quality. So that's why I would suggest TKM first, because you'll have a greater selection of weapons. Fencer weapons are usually less damage and cost much more than vibro knucklers. And by much more, I mean sometimes in the 500k for a reasonable weapon. Can't get any of those as pets, unfortunately. His worshipfulness tells you that he is impressed with the speed in which you dealt with the traitor's messenger. Bib Fortuna will now decode the message and tell Jabba what it contains. Jabba is pleased, thank goodness. As a result, he has decided that you should take a short break. As a means, he has provided this reward, 1,550 credits. Well, I don't have time to take a short break. Jabba is quite furious over the contents of the recorded message. It includes a schedule of guard changes, which Lady Valerian's thugs plan to use to infiltrate the palace. The resplendent Jabba wishes you to locate Valerian's incoming strike team and deal with them accordingly. Excellent. Now perhaps Jabba will stop blaming everything on me. As usual, the glorious Jabba will expect this task to be completed quickly. Yeah. Yeah, once you get TKM, you can run a series of missions and get some good Fencer weapons. But I know when I did Fencer, I think I'm about 9.5 million, maybe 10.5 million in weapons, and my Fencer weapons are not that great, so I just know they're extremely pricey. Your stun batons are not really reasonably priced. At least when I was looking. I don't know about now. I can't speak for now. But when I was looking, the only ones I could find were super expensive. But you really can't tell how weapon availability is going to be on things that take certain resources. Because if those resources are not easily available at that time, then the price is going to go way up. But if something spawned recently that is used in those, the price might go down a little bit. This strike team has 4 people in it. Lady Valerian must mean business. Oh, she really meant business. She'd send guys who didn't carry heavy axes. Palm frond. I think you get that every time you do this, because I seem to remember having one of these. I'm pretty sure this is where I got it, so... Oh no, where's Jabba's palace? I can't find it from here. It's such a secret. So well hidden. Sarcasm off. The other theme parks seem to make a little more sense in a lot of their missions. This one always seemed a little unrealistic to me. I didn't even get to bring a thermal detonator in here. So I think you got to do that for him to take you seriously. Maybe he'll give us a thermal detonator. That'd be interesting, wouldn't it? Alright. Jabba the Hutt says that his next imbibed drink will be dedicated to you for your brashness and skill. That's quite an honor indeed. You should be most grateful for that. And for this reward he has offered you of 1,650 credits. The splendid Jabba the Hutt has requested your services again. You have served him well in the past, and he believes you can be trusted with yet another sensitive mission, or assignment. You are to intercept a smuggler who has business with the Lady Valerian. You are authorized to pay this smuggler more credits than Lady Valerian can offer, and bring whatever merchandise he's carrying to Jabba. Jabba, not Java. Kind of wish he was Java. Get some coffee while we were down here. And I think this costs upfront credits and we get them back. But we got 20k spare credits we're carting around right now, so I think we're in good shape. Now remember though, this is where it gets really vague for me. The old memory ain't what it used to be. And again, head off about 1,000 meters. we gotta bribe this guy. Psst. Hey, are you the guy? As dangerous as this Jabba is it? As dangerous as this is, Jabba sure pays well. Thanks, Rishu Didar. Relshu Didar. And here we go. Looks like there's 3 people running missions here now. And His Imperious Jabba the Hutt wishes to commend you on a job well done. Please inquire later about any further jobs Jabba may have for you. Oh yeah, here's another reward granted to you, Jabba's most favored employee. I think Bib Fortuna just glared at us. But we got 1,750 credits. The Great Jabba the Hutt requires your previous assignment to be completed. The smuggler, Belshu Didar, has made contact with Jabba himself following your business deal. It seems Didar has a price on his head. Jabba wants you to terminate the bounty hunters pursuing Didar. Bounty hunters? No problem. The glorious Jabba the Hutt says that if you're able to eliminate the bounty hunters, you will prove yourself to him. That endorsement will take you far within this court, I must say. And more bounty hunters. So it looks like we are going to wrap this up today. So that's pretty cool. So I guess tomorrow we will go to Anchorhead and become rebels for a minute. It really shouldn't take that long. I think it's probably going to take like 15 or 20 minutes. It's going to take us longer to become Imperial after we've been Rebel than it's going to take it to become Rebel the first time. We're just not going to be able to train anything. Hey, look, bounty hunters. Oh, in a line. Nice how they lined up for us. You are... Punk. Thug. Thug. The punk is the tough guy, so we need to take out Punk first. Nice try, buddy, but I'm still here. No, you're not. 100 credits. 79 credits. And not a single lock container in the bunch. Hopefully we get some more of those doing the factional theme parks. And back to Jabba. So it looks like our bike is passing 50% right about now. So I will state it once again, in case somebody's scanning the video and just gets to this part. At the end of this, you still gotta go to a city with a shuttle port, and Wayfar does not have one, so save yourself some buffer room to get to a shuttle port. So if you run them continuously like we just did, then if you started at 100%, you're going to be about 50% when you're done, depending on how many hit points your speeder bike has. And of course, if you have a flash speeder, then don't worry about it. Okay. The great Jabba the Hutt has been informed of your victory over the bounty hunters. He wishes me to tell you that you are exactly the kind of scum he likes. He will be most happy to do business with you in the future. He has given you a reward. 1,350 credits. You have been contracted to do another job for Jabba the Hutt. You are instructed to take this case of credits to an associate of Jabba's, one SWGEMU. Jurek will then give you an electronic key, which you will bring to Jabba. You have proven yourself to Jabba in the past. Do not fail him now. His Grandness says that he will expect you to follow through with this. If you even think of taking the money for yourself, oh dear. He says that he will watch you eaten by his pet Brackno Jags for the next week. Please return with this key. So, apparently Jabba really likes things that take like weeks or millennium or whatever to eat people. So, that seems to be a thing for him. And he probably hasn't fed his pack of Brackno Jags for 7 days. But they are completely loyal to him. I think that's mine. The one that's catching on fire. We have, who knows? I have 23,000 credits so far. I don't really know what I'm getting so excited about. We can make that in about one mission. But we do kind of need to pick this up, because we got about 22 minutes left on our buffs. So just be aware of the time frame you're working with. we go. Up the mountain. There's Sliv. Hey pal, how's it going? Well, that'll do it. Back to Jabba's palace. Stuck on a rock. How embarrassing. Okay, so I think we're pretty close to the end. I lost count of where we were. But, you know, we just gotta keep going. Back inside. But make sure they know we didn't steal their credits. Jabba the Hutt was impressed by your success. He says that you remind him of a daring smuggler he once employed. You should go far. This reward is for you. 1950 credits. His Exaltedness Jabba the Hutt has given you the honor of recovering the Rantok sword for him. Enter the pre-designated warehouse using the provided passcode and recover the sword. You should be quite capable of dealing with any opposition. Should I tell him you accept this mission? Of course. Jabba is eagerly awaiting his sword. He will enjoy displaying it to everyone. It will become a symbol for his swift justice. Please do return quickly. Pretty sure when we get back, he says it's junk. A cheap forgery. Of course, I don't know where they'd keep a warehouse full of fake ceremonial swords. But apparently that's a thing here. Let's see, those four guys must be the opposition. Doesn't really look like a warehouse. Who's the tough guy in this bunch? Thug, 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 thug. We'll pick this guy because he's in the back. My mama said I wouldn't die in bed. She was right. You looted Randok. It's a really impressive looking weapon. With a really slow attack speed and really crappy damage. Maybe we should slice it for Jabba before we give it to him. He might appreciate the boost. Okay, so just for the record, we haven't wasted a whole bunch of time. Kind of been sticking with the program. We've got 16 minutes left on our doctor's buffs, which we got almost immediately before we came out here. So we have been running this for about 2 hours and 40 minutes. So there's about your time frame. Just be aware you need to stay on these missions, otherwise your buffs are going to drop. I don't know what kind of problem that would be, to be honest, but for some people it might be. The respondent Jabba the Hutt expresses his deepest thanks. He wishes to tell you that if you need a place to hide from authorities, he offers you his home, for he considers you to be a close associate. Oh, I do thank you as well. If this had gone bad, he probably would have replaced me. I am indebted to you. As such, I am making sure that you get a good reward. So we got 2,000 credits, 200 points of Jabba faction standing, and our badge. And we got a reward. Schematic for featherweight SWG5 pistol, which says you needed advanced firearms crafting. See, here's the thing. I can make, as a weaponsmith, the SWG5 featherweight with firearms 2. Which is here. So I can learn this here and I can make it here. I probably wouldn't want to. I would want to get as much experimentation as possible before I made it, but I can make it. If I want to make either the dancer's leotard, which says I need field wear 3, which is here, but then it tells me I can't understand it until I'm a master tailor. And the same with the other one. I mean, I get it, but why tell me I can do it there and not let me make it? Anyway, as you can see, Jabba's badge of trust should be in here somewhere. Jabba's badge of trust. Jabba's theme park completed. So that's done. Now we need a couple more of these and we'll be well set. Let's take a look around the palace really quick. There's Droopy McCool and Cy Snoodles and Max Rebo. We go back here, and here's some thugs. Some blurg or quee. And there's Jabba's pilot trainer, but this is the guy we want to talk to. Another of Jabba's little toys. You may want to make yourself useful by checking something out when you get a chance. You're of no use wandering around the palace aimlessly. There's a rumor that Death Watch operatives can be found on Endor, somewhere in the northwestern area of the planet. The Death Watch can be a formidable opponent and shouldn't be taken lightly. Be careful fighting against them. Mind your business. The Hutt wants this Death Watch and their leader dead before they cut into his business. My informants tell me they're cutting a deal with Black Sun even as we speak. I don't usually give my opinion to barbs like you, but in this case I'll make an exception. All I have to say is this: the Mandalorian are dead and nobody is bringing them back. Now go. Now let's go talk to his pilot trainer, who won't talk to us. Watch a Jawa, a monk, a wastrel, and a scoundrel. And this is pretty much Jabba's palace. And we can't go in there. Secret rooms. Anyway, that is Jabba's theme park. All done. We got our first content badge. And just like I said, just be aware, it took us almost 3 hours to get it done. But we did get it done in one session. And now we have to go back out. And as you can see, our speeder bike has taken a great deal of wear. Now we can deactivate Jabba's palace, and let's look for shuttle ports. The nearest shuttle port is either Gorath or Imperial Outpost. We will go to Gorath. 3,275 meters. Done for the night, David? That's impressive. I mean, 40K to 70K in Unarmed 4 is really good. Once you get Unarmed 4, everything will just pick right up for you, so no problems there. Alright, so like I said, you're going to have to get back to the shuttle port, so make sure your speeder or whatever can handle this much damage. Mine used about 800 points. And if you just dawdle around and run around the castle, you will take longer than 3 hours, and your speeder will take even more damage. So we get back to Gorath. We're going to fly back to Mos Eisley and get ready to start tomorrow. Now, tomorrow will be us becoming Rebel. And then we will start doing the Rebel theme park. And our goal is to do as much of the Rebel theme park as possible. And when we finish it, we will drop being rebels and turn Imperial. So we're going to become traitors. But we're smugglers, so that's kind of our thing. And once we do that, we'll do the Imperial theme park, and then we will earn enough faction to get promoted a few times. And when we do that, we'll get our ATST, and then we can do some experimentation with missions. Now on live, I used to run it into crates out here all the time, but I haven't seen any on Basilisk. So if they ever nail down the spawner problem and get that so they can spawn creatures easier, then you might see them again. Alright, so we're in Gorath. Let us go to Mos Eisley. And we will clear up our wounds while we're here, just because. There aren't many. But it makes it easier to get rid of them, and they're done. And we can also med off poison and disease and things like that now. The only thing I don't think we can meditate off is fire, because it's really hard to meditate when you're on fire. I think that breaks your concentration. We got about a minute left before the shuttle comes, so I'll go ahead and I'll summarize what we did for the people who like to watch the first and last 10, and then we'll go ahead and end the stream for the day. So, to sum up, yesterday we finished Terras Kasai. We worked on Smuggler a little bit. We are working on Smuggler Slicing 3 now, because I worked on it for a bit after I finished 2, and man, did Slicing 2 take a while. We needed to slice about 40 terminals to get Slicing 2 down after we got it, and boy, you gotta wait 2 minutes, so it was like 80 minutes of waiting that we did, and it was harsh. I think I was on until 12:30ish last night. I was really tired this morning. So, I did get into Slicing 3, did a few things, but we got a whole boatload of weapons to slice. Junk weapons. I mean, they're survival daggers, so we got a couple crates of those. By the time we get done with those, we should be done with slicing, and we will get our Master Smuggler. And then we can slice stuff for real, because that's not an option right now, because you get a bonus at Master Smuggler. So we will take advantage of that later. Anyway, today, when we logged in, we went to Wayfar, and we went to Jabba's Palace. So we finished the Jabba's Palace badge. Earlier today, I uploaded the Lock POI Hunter video, so you can check that out if you want to see where the POIs were on Lock. It's an easy do. I think there's 3 of them, and that gets you all the badges. So, no big deal there. Tomorrow, our goal is to become Rebel. And then our goal is to go to do the Rebel theme park. Once we finish that, we will go Imperial, and we will do the Imperial theme park. And hopefully somewhere in the middle there I will bang out NIMS theme park, because it doesn't take long. And then we will do the 2 Warren badges. So we'll fit those in somehow. But I need to read up on them because I don't remember the Warren like I used to. Although probably once we get into it, it'll come back to me. Anyway, that is it for today. And I appreciate you guys for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you're liking these series, or any of the series. And like this video if you enjoyed this particular video. But I appreciate you guys watching, and I appreciate those of you who are here every single day with me doing these streams and keeping me motivated. It works wonders to see you guys keep coming back day after day. Hopefully I make these as entertaining as possible, and hopefully when the holidays come I will have more time to make even more interesting, fun videos for you guys. I will post the next POI Waypoint video when it's done. That's the best I can give you for a time estimate. I think it'll be up on Saturday, but we will see how the editing goes, because the next one has a lot of cuts in it. So it's going to take a little more work, but we'll get there. Anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll do this again. And we will head off to become Rebel. So, have a good night. See you guys later.